Hi, welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I am Claudia Braun. I work with women who struggle with stress, emotional eating, and yo-yo dieting. And I am hoping that you can hear me because it says that I might have a weak connection. So if you are on and you cannot hear me, let me know. So I want to talk to you guys about saying hell yes to you. So we posted the quote on Tuesday about when you start saying yes to life, opportunities start showing up and life starts saying yes to you. So I am, I gave a talk on Tuesday night about, 5 tips to feeling your fabulous self. And one of the things that came up about the first tip that I gave is about this willingness to prioritize ourselves. And one of the things that I have people identify are what are the things that get in the way from prioritizing ourselves. And one of the women in the group said, I don't think I deserve to prioritize myself. I have my mom to take care of, I'm taking care of my daughter, I'm a single mom, I'm working, and the list goes on. I have this responsibility, and I have that responsibility, and I have all these responsibilities, so she felt like she didn't have permission or deservability to care for herself. So, what gets in the way of your hell yes to you? These things that make us feel good about ourselves, these things that make us get excited, those things that make us go for us. It's like, what stops you from doing those things that you know are in your best interest and yet you're not doing it? What stops you from, having meals set up for yourself? What stops you from taking time to move during the day? What stops you from taking time to get quiet during the day? What stops you from going inside to find out how you actually feel? What stops you? And I believe that those things that stop us really are in the way of our hell yes. And I believe that, so much of that is feeling like somehow we're not worth it. Somehow we don't deserve it. Or feeling scared, insecure, don't know how to do it, didn't go well last time, I don't have the willpower. I don't have the willpower, I don't have the discipline, I don't have the, knowledge, all these things. I'm scared. All these things stop us from saying hell yes to ourselves. And, those things can get in the way of our really stepping out into our full self and really being able to go for it and really claim what it is that we want for ourselves. And when we don't do that, we don't allow ourselves to play full out. We don't allow ourselves to be that person that we're here to be because we're in our own way. And, it's like, what is that voice that's telling you you're not worth it? What is that voice that won't give to you what you want, won't give you permission to have that thing that you want, to feeling good in your body, to feeling good in your movement, to, following a plan consistently, to not sabotaging yourself, to not getting in the way of your own success? What is that keeps stopping you? Because all that keeps stopping you is in the way of your hell yes. And I know for me, especially when I was in the throes of my eating and my struggle, a lot of fear. And a lot of fear of being out of my comfort zone. I really wanted to stay safe. And food was one of those things that really insulated me. The weight insulated me, the eating insulated me, the staying by myself insulated me. All those things kept me insulated and staying really stuck. And so how is that playing out in your life? And how is that in the way of your hell yes? And then inside your body, inside your life, how does that feel? How does it feel to be making that choice? And what would it feel like to do it differently? And what would be the steps that you would take to do it differently? And what do you need in your life to have that happen? Do you need more support? Do you need to have a better environment? Do you need to have more, accountability? Do you need to have more knowledge? Do you need to get more expertise? What are those things that you need to set you up to feel like you can say hell yes to yourself in those areas of your life that you're feeling like you can't say yes to? Maybe, there are, areas of your life that you feel really, really good and really, really confident and you feel like you do say yes. But then there's other areas of your life you feel like, no, there I don't go. I really hold myself back because it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel good. So where is that in your life? And the more that you identify that and get clear, that's when you can start taking action, and that's when you can start to do something different. So I believe that our hell yes is really, really dependent on our ability to know what it is that keeps us safe, keeps us held back. There's a part of us inside of us that protects us, that thinks that it doesn't want us to hurt ourselves, and it's there for a reason, because there was a time, usually in childhood, where something happened that it didn't feel safe when we put ourselves out there, or something happened when we risked, or we felt more vulnerable, and so it's designed to protect us, to keep us safe. But when you start talking back to that part of yourself and start going, I get that you want me to stay safe, so that's, there's something good in it, but I don't need to do that anymore. I'm not that person. I'm not that, I'm not a child anymore. So when you start to identify what is it that's in your way from the hell yes, and what is it that you need to address, then things can start to change. But when we keep going in this kind of unconscious mode, we don't identify these areas. We just, I'd say 90% of the people walk around doing things pretty unconsciously, or, indoctrinated beliefs, indoctrinated ideas of ourselves, something somebody else told us. And so we took it on as being true, but maybe it's not true anymore. And we haven't examined it. And I think that the opportunity at this point in our life is to start examining, is that still working for me? And if it's not, then I do what it takes to start to make a different choice, to get out of that default pattern that's keeping me stuck and safe. The opportunity really is to look at what's in the way of your hell yes. So, it really excites me to talk about this, because I believe that we're all here to do something. And I know that when we get stuck in these patterns of stress, emotional eating, this yo-yo dieting, it takes our energy. It takes our, good resources, and it holds us back. So I want to be, a different voice for you to start to look at this area of your life in a very different way, so that you feel more empowered, that you have choice, and that just because you have been wired this way from your environment or from your past, it doesn't have to be that way. It's just how it was. And I know for me, when these grooves have been set, it's really, it takes a lot of work and a lot of focus and intention to turn this around. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. But it does mean that we have to be intentional about our choices. And, the more you put your hell yes, I'm going for my life in front of safer, easier, the more things change. And I know that you want that for yourself too. And so I'm really glad that, you're part of this conversation. So I look forward to hearing your comments and any thoughts that you have about this and how it's affecting your life. And again, I'm Claudia Braun, and I work with women who struggle with stress, emotional eating, yo-yo dieting, and are really looking to find more balance in their life. And if that's you and you feel kind of stuck, I am inviting you to have a conversation with me, 30 minutes, and I am calling this your Fabulous You session, where you really get to look at your life and your situation with more clarity. You get to look at it with beginning to create a plan for yourself, a vision for yourself, and really helping you to start looking at strategizing actions and looking at, this mind that is in the way of getting what you want, and, looking at your psychology, because that's a big thing. So here is to you, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Okay, bye now.